See how this goes. Alright, let me know if the video is stuttery in the open broadcaster window. It seems a little bit... yeah. It's not bad, but it's not perfect either. So I'm not sure what the dealio is there. I'm kind of scared to go into the settings, might break things. Hey Sooty, Noel, Greg, Kyle. I think it might be just this camera. Let's see, try the overhead. No, so that's crisp. There's no issues there. Hey Travis, let's pull out the scopo. That's crisp too. Seems like it's just the face, the big face one. Was watching Western Digital Green head assembly swap that Steve was doing. Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, it's always good doing that sort of stuff. Hey, Crazy J. James Finnegan. James Finnegan, the Irish. That's right. Okay, well, while I'm here, I'll just... Oh, and the frickin' auto thing is on. That's crazy. Must have happened with OBS loading. Let me fix that. Honestly, the dramas you have to go through. Funny as. Okay, looks like we've got a bit of stuffing around to do again. Seems like my UDev rules finally took hold when I didn't want them to anymore. Typical. Let's see, 50 webcam rules. Okay, that should now... That's good. Now it's behaving. Hey Ian Robinson, thank you. Margarita, John Finn. Okay, well, one thing that you find, we may as well get into this, one thing that you find when you're a Unix or Linux user is that the middle mouse button is actually extremely useful. You use it for pasting. Like if you select an area with the usual sort of like left click, hold, drag, and then if you want to paste what you've selected to another area in the system, you just middle click and it sticks it down. So as a consequence, it gets worn out real quick because I do a lot of cut pasting. And also it's used for in Chrome and Firefox for either spawning a window or closing another tab, things like that. So yeah, I have on a regular basis wear out my middle button. The scroll button also takes a bit of a hiding too, but that's a slightly different device. That's a okay, probably due time for a service on that anyway. Where's the coffee machine? Oh yeah, that yeah. Third screen is basically I had the upper one, the lower one, and then off to the right I've put the small 10-inch gym screen, and I've got OBS and I've got all the what do you call it, the power supply and multimeter sort of readouts all sitting, all that kind of stuff is sitting on that third screen. So it's kind of like my management screen, as it were. Hey, House of Moth. Where's the coffee machine? Wouldn't that be nice to have in here? Probably get lead poisoning though if I had it in here. Come on. Anyway, I regularly repair these mice. They're a nice Logitech MK220 series pair. Comes with a keyboard. The keyboard and mouse, they never give me any troubles. Like, you can just plug the USB plug in, which is one of these, and no matter what operating system I've got, it just works. Okay, it looks like this one hasn't been replaced before, so it's due to be replaced. I gotta find something I can actually hold it with. Not used to big stuff like this anymore. Hey, Mark. So that's the switch we're going to replace. Oh, this is going to suck. There's my vise. Get that vise level of repair going. Okay. This vise used to be perhaps the most commonly used thing I had in the workshop. It was always on my desk. I'd be using it for when I'd do manufacturing and I was doing the last phases of the assembly. I'd just be putting the boards in there, working on them, take it out, do the next board. But nowadays, with we'll just crimp up the top here. Means I'm gonna have to do this without using the microscope. Feels weird, very weird. Okay, so these are our 4 tabs for it. I gotta admit, it feels with microscope. Very weird now. Unnatural. Well, at least my tip size is right for it. That's removed. House of Moth, the middle click button, or the middle button, it doesn't click reliably anymore. You gotta angle it too much, press too hard, and it's a pain because it is one of the more frequent operations that I do with the mouse. So fortunately these Logitech mice use a very standard button. Ever watch a series on Netflix and have a wholesale swap of characters and only do a Google search do you find what the heck oh no, I haven't had that. What series were you watching? Unless you're talking about something like American Horror, I know they seem to change every season. Kind of like Final Fantasy, nothing's the same, it's just the name's the same but nothing else is. Button supplier, well, pretty much anywhere. Like, let's see, what is this? They're generic switches and depends on your mouse. Well, it looks like element 14 Farnell. The order code on this was 959698. But yeah, very much a generic part. Oh, I've already got it in there. Come on, heat up. Good to see that the fume hood works well. Hey DJ Rob William, doing well, thanks. You guys keeping in trouble? Just wash off that flux. Did the kitties kill the mouse? Unfortunately, Daddy killed the mouse. Click. I wonder if I should change the rotary encoder while I'm at it. Because they invariably fail pretty soon afterwards. So I might do that. Change the rotary encoder as well. Save me having to pull it apart again later. The other button's the same. No, the other buttons are just that 4-post standardized looking tactile switch. These things are damn easy to get out. It's only a 2-sided board. Very different from the 7 or 8 layer boards that we're used to with MacBooks. The only trouble is you do have to be a little bit careful here because there are surface mount parts that are nearby and you can easily snag them. I've used these Logitech ones, the MK220s, a lot. I think I've got about 7 or 8 pairs of it around the workshop. They do occasionally die, something wrong with the transceiver or whatever, the receiver, but overall it's still a good acquisition. Alright, need my rotary encoders. Let's hope I got the right ones. Let's hope I haven't in fact picked the wrong ones. You guys are actually too short, are you? No, you're the short versions. Where's my long ones? Ah, crud. I'm supposed to have a few of the long ones. I don't know what I've done with them now. It's going to be hilarious if I've got to solder that rotary switch back on. It's not rotary switch, rotary encoder. Oh, damn you. They aren't tall enough, that's the problem. Is a 10mm. Looks like I need about 12 half-inch. Oh. The old leftovers from the manufacturing days. Used to buy these switches. How many did I get I think it was about a pack of 1,000 of them. I'll never really use them all up. Alright. See if I can find where I put these rotary encoders. If I'm lucky, one might be just floating around up here. If we're not lucky, I decided to have a fit and tossed out anything I saw on top of the workbench. That seems quite a bit more likely than actually leaving it there. Genuine idiot. That was stupid. Goes to show you should check that you actually have the part that you want before you take out the old one. Yep, that appears not to be around here. Oh well, guess the old one going back in. That was fun. Hey Drabara. AliExpress. It's a pretty classic type of benchtop vise. Right, now I've got to clean this up. And as I said, we'll probably find in about a day or two that this decides to fail anyway, but that'll give me time to order some more in of the correct ones. It's a nice omnivise, it's got some good heft to it. It's all cast iron or something like that. It's heavy. It's earned me a great deal of money over the years. Like I said, it's in retirement now, but it was certainly worth it. It's worth its weight in gold, literally. Hey Tech Mechanic, how's it going? MD, classic issues, me not checking first. These are the left and right switches, so they're very different to this one here. I've never looked, I think these are micro switches as opposed to tactile, which is why they probably last perfectly fine, but the middle one wears out fairly quickly. Hey Justin Brown, I'm going to try order some tin and try cutting those shields from it'd have to be extraordinarily thin tin. I dare say not more than a couple of thou, maybe 2 thou at the most, maybe 1 thou if you can. I think the hard thing, if you're cutting it, will be trying to stop it tearing or twisting. You might have to put a support board or something, but bond it to a support board while it's being cut. I don't know. You'll know your craft better than I do, that's for sure. Okay, that's nice clicky clicky. Hey, Roger Dodger. Charles Towers is actually good today. Nice, pleasant 18, 19 peak. The sun has enough warmth in it that if you go out into the sun, you start to warm up. But if you want to get back into the cool, you just step into the shadows and it feels nice and cool again. That's the perfect kind of weather. Shame it doesn't last very long. Okay, something's pushing this open a little bit for some reason. I know it seems silly to repair a mouse, but I like these mice. So, yeah, I don't see the point in not repairing them. Except when I can't work out why it's so assembly backwards. No. I always just forget how to do the optical side of it. We'll try that. Ooh, yeah, not mouse ball. Crikey. Been a long time since I've seen those. Happy not to see them, in all honesty. Especially these days, the optical sensors they use, they're very good. You know, they don't get confused by the lack of proper boards or anything like that. Okay, well, this might be on. I'm going to plug it into the system. Hopefully we don't crash, because that would be the perfect thing to do, wouldn't it? Okay, let's see. Plugged in. Is that the one? Yep, the mouse is working just fine. Let's see. Ooh, psychedelic. Okay. Alright, so to give you an idea, so you just select some text and then you click the middle mouse button and it pastes like that. So it makes it very easy if you're doing, say, web browsing and you want to cut paste to something to search on. You just pick your text and then boom, paste. Dead easy. And that's why the middle button wears out so damn quick. Proud owner of the world's first 2000 DPI ball mouse, Razer Boom Slang, which didn't work too well, but being $100, I kept it around simply because. Yes, Razer and their products. I'm actually surprised they're still in business, in all honesty. They're sort of a bit of a strange company. Hostile sometimes too. Yeah, John Finn, I know, desktop. I'm just trying it out. I'm just seeing if it can help me in any way. So I thought, well, I'll give it a whirl. On my main workstation, the one that I do all my programming and whatnot on, then I've got no qualms with that. I don't have this sense of needing to try and improve things. But on this one here, because I'm sort of, I don't know, I just thought I'd try a desktop on it and see if it made any difference to things. I did also spend some time unifying some of the scripts that bring up all the equipment when I first start up. Like there's the barcode scanner, there's the multimeter, there's the power supply, there's the microscope automatic switcher. So that's at least 4 things that I've got to run scripts for, programs that monitor and actively respond to whatever's happening to those. It'll be worth this DPI in dollars eventually. Yeah, that would be something if it actually did get up to that level. Alright, let's see, I've got a few others. Let's take that one out. That one belongs to this, so That is all fixed again, except for the rotary encoder, which was a bit of a doo-doo. So I do need to get some feet. They always come off the low friction feet. I always lose them. You had Ubuntu 24 installed on an Office thin client PC out of D2550 ran poorly until put 1804. So what, you found that going up to 20 just killed the performance? At least your 1804 is a long-term support. Well. Alright, well, I think that, how's this? It's ever so slightly stuttery on this side with the frame updates, but I think it's pretty good. I was worried that the desktop system would suck a few too many CPU cycles, but it seems to be holding up okay. I didn't try it with Flex Boardview. Actually, I should do that. Let's see. So move the chat up the top a bit. Okay. This is going to be the wrong one. Yep. I'm going to have to create another thingamajig. Call it Flex, another scene, that's what it's called. Is that middle button paste function a selectable option for which mouse buttons are used? It's a default option on most Linux or Unix systems. Okay, we're going blank, I'm sorry. We will return momentarily. Screen capture. Okay. There we go. Alright, so the Flex board view seems to be okay. It maximizes correctly. CPU doesn't look too taxed. Yep, that might be enough of that. Frames are holding steady at 30. Should be good. Combo seems alright. Even orientated the correct way. Oh, harsh. No, so that's Lewis's fault. Anyway, I've taken that feature that I did put in there away because of Lewis. When he complains, this has slightly detrimental effect on my sales of the software, so I try to fix up. Plus, it's a good indication of what people are expecting. You know, if they sort of see that sort of behavior, they kind of go, oh, you know, why is it doing that? And it just sort of taints things a little bit. So better that I take a moment to then fix it up. This is Unity as far as I know. This is running 2004 and it's Unity. What was it? It's a little bit shadowy when you move around. How do you mean by shadow? As in it lags behind slightly? Or do you mean stuttery? Like, I can see there's a fraction of the frame lag there, but not too much. Hey Seth, name KDE for text TDY, use GDM for basic files. Well, Lewis hasn't updated it in ages, and even when they had to rebuild the system, he still used the old version. I do have a new build that I have to put out. It's going to have adjustable color highlighting for people who suffer color blindness, because at the moment, let's see if this works. At the moment, this color here, red on black or red on white, supposedly doesn't work with people with color blindness. So I'm going to be able, basically I'm just going to add into the color preferences something down here that will let them choose whatever it is that they want to have. Looks like my font size is a little large. That's because I'm getting blind. So, program preferences. Yeah, font size 30. Let's try 24. Done. Yeah, that's a little better. 24 is a little more realistic. Yep. Figured out was, oh yeah, I was sorry about the mouse alignment issues. It was the Windows scaling offset thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit late. It's too late now that he's apologised. He needs to sort that out with punitive damages. Stuttery. The reason I haven't purchased is I'm colorblind. In what way would it... well, the Tech Mechanic, what you could do is you can make your own themes, change your own colors. So you could make a color theme that would suit or suits, not would suit, that works for people suffer coloring blind. I cannot speak today. This is what you get for living off 2 hours of sleep. 3 hours, actually, yeah. So yeah, maybe there's a color theme that would work better for people who do suffer color blindness. Red, green, yeah. There you go. I wouldn't really be knowing what to look for, but so what, basically red and green appear the same? Is that the situation? Cold being over 40. Yes, indeed. Very much. And I'm a little bit too far over 40. No winding that one back. Alright. Oh god, Anel's here. Time for us to leave. Too late, Anel. There's no CPUs for you to molest. We're out of here. Alright, well, I'm happy enough for the moment with this new setup. I may swap out this 11-inch screen that Jim gave me and use that as a test screen, which was the original intent for the workbench. And I may put something like a 15.6 or something around about that size. I don't want to put another 20 up here because it really does become too big. But maybe 13, 14, maybe 15. I'll have a look around. Maybe I can find a LCD panel out of a laptop that will do the trick for me. A lot of the colors are the same to me. Patterns would be easier. Now, I don't know if I can do patterns with this because it is just color fill and there's no yeah, there's really actually no fill in it. Let's see, I just realized there's no face on this one. I mean, okay, there's this fill and I suppose the pads fill, and that's exactly what you don't like, red green. Ha! Let's try to see if one of the other themes default dark, and that's just red blue. I don't know where the Rob Brown theme is. I think the Rob Brown theme might work better. Color preferences, default light. I'll have a look and see if I can do pattern fill, but blue looks black. Okay. Yeah, I'll have a look and see what pattern fills I can do, but I don't think it is an option for that sort of thing. We can go back to just more simplified system where we don't have... Okay, do we have ghost pad fill? No. I have even forgotten where half my settings are. There's supposed to be a pad fill option around here. Huh, I can't find it. I could have sworn I had a pad fill option which would let you then decide whether you wanted these pads to be filled or whether you just want them to be circles. And so I guess I could do sort of like a monochromatic theme where it's just pretty much strictly black and white as much as I can. No, I could have sworn... Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is all the fill options here. So, and it changes it back to being fairly monochromatic. Need a preferences search box. Yeah, it's getting that way, Justin. It really is. Alright, okay. Let's see. Switch back to the main. Ooh, that's confusing. Alright. Okay, well, I'm out of here. Thank you everyone for dropping in. It's not really meant to be a board repair video, this one. I just wanted to fix the mouse, and I wanted to check to see what this display configuration was going to be like, make sure that it actually worked while I was running Open Broadcaster and Flex Boardview, because those two are usually the ones that bring this system to its knees, and I'm pleased to see that it is doing a good enough job. And the CPU consumption's tolerable. It's only about 30%. Alright. Okay, well, I'm going to leave it at that, and you all take care. I'll see you next time. I don't know if I'm going to be having any machines coming in the morning, because generally deliveries don't arrive here on Mondays, but you never know. The COVID-19 has kind of messed everything up, so perhaps it may happen yet. Alright, well, I'll take you guys... What am I talking about? I will check you guys later, and girls, and then hopefully we have a repair. I'll see you then.